Yo, what's up, GG Nation, GG Legion? It's your fella again, Straussman the GG. Welcome to my coverage of E3 2018. It's finally here. It's the big day. Shout out to Matt, Bree, and Mello for hopping on my E3 prediction show. Thank you guys for watching. But EA is kicking it off. This is going to be another episode of Straussman Reacts. I'm going to have it for every single conference besides two. PC and Devolver Digital. No offense to them. I just don't want to watch those press conferences. More excited about everybody else. Tomorrow I'll bring you coverage of Bethesda and Microsoft, the two big ones tomorrow. So Monday's going to be a really busy day. There's 3 press conferences I'm watching. And then Tuesday's Nintendo. So again, welcome. As you can see on screen, the EA press conference is going to happen in about 10 minutes. And I just wanted to talk and give you some of my opinions. I know I joked around in the last, in the podcast yesterday at the end that if you wanted to watch my live reaction of sleeping at EA or Microsoft because of those press conferences, it was a joke. I definitely want to see some games for sure. Obviously, Madden 19, JJ and I are huge Madden fans, and we wish they would stop taking and stripping down franchise mode, like add more to franchise, keep franchise really robust. They just kind of make it very simple, and some years it's really great, some years it's so I'm hoping this year it is good, but there, I also want to see how EA handles the bad PR lately. They have notoriously effed up microtransactions. They have made them very intrusive. Star Wars Battlefront, they have wasted that license. They have wasted the Star Wars license. It has not been good for them. It has not looked good for them. It has looked very bad for them. Again, I will unmute it in about, 8 minutes here. It is really just interesting. They're just they've been really buddy with Microsoft because they believe in the multiplayer aspect. As we see a new trailer of The Sims here, I don't know. They gotta win over the single player fans. They have on Twitter said single player is dying. They don't care about it anymore, and I think that's really bad PR. They need to go back. Their biggest game, of course, they're gonna show is Anthem. They're gonna. That's still a big mystery game. When they debuted it last year, I was like, wow, it looks incredible. Then a lot of people mentioned that it looked like Destiny, and I'm like, wow, you're kind of right. It really does. So I wonder how intrusive the microtransactions are going to be. Is BioWare going to get back at it with their great storytelling after the blunder of Mass Effect Andromeda? I know that wasn't the A team, that was the B team. I expect some indie stuff. A Way Out was shown last year. It's done pretty good. It didn't set the world on fire, but it did pretty good. Really interesting story. I hope I don't know what else to really expect besides the sports stuff. I know a lot of people hate the sports stuff. Madden, FIFA, Anthem. I don't know if we're gonna get a new Star Wars. JJ made a really good point. Shout out to you, Cuzzo. Love you very much. That they're gonna have, Respawn is working on a Star Wars game, I think, so maybe that's the Star Wars game we see. Obviously, Battlefield 5 will be another huge title for them. Is that gonna have a Battle Royale mode? It seems like it kind of does, not really. But a lot of companies are gonna be jumping on Battle Royale. Battle Royale is really huge. EA, I want them to really show the single-player experience. Do I really expect that? No, I have my expectations really low, as I apologize to Shannon and everybody else in the pre-show here as I'm rambling. Again, I will unmute it once the conference starts. I'm hoping for some good things. Chad and I did a live reaction last year. I'll probably pin that. Shout out to you, Chad. I hope you're having fun. I think he's on his way to Boston now, but he'll be back. I'll have some people back for the post-show. Shout out to Six. He was supposed to be on the EA, not EA, he was supposed to be on the E3 prediction show. He really wanted to be on that, but couldn't make it. Shout out to you, bro. I know you guys haven't seen him in a while. But, I got my notepad. I'm ready to write some notes on what I think. They showed off a lot of games last year. I think they need to tone it down with the celebs because there's a lot of laughable memes last year. Like, oh, what's your excitement for Battlefield? What's your excitement? They had some big time YouTubers open up the show for them, and it was just really cringeworthy. They just kind of, famously messed up opening. It was just funny. A lot of people just have made fun of the EA conference. The EA president, said, "Oh, we get what gamers want." They don't. Like, I still really value God of War's proof that the single player experience, if it's done right, it could still prosper in this day and age. I understand multiplayer. I love multiplayer as well. I play too much 2K online. JJ and I are in a league in Madden. We play like 8 seasons every year. I want to see some good stuff. I want to see some unique stuff. Take some chances. Handle things better. They already said Battlefield 5, they're going to give out, the premium pass is gone. All the DLC is going to be free. They said the similar thing about Star Wars Battlefront 2. I feel like that's a big apology because of Star Wars Battlefront 2 and how lazily they handled that game with the campaign and everything. It looks great. The thing about EA games, they look phenomenal. They showed off a new Need for Speed last year. I don't think it did too high. A lot of people were like, on it. Sorry. They were on it. It looked pretty good. Like, all the trailers. The thing about E3, keep your expectations low. Definitely enjoy it. This is our Super Bowl. It's for gamers. I'm so pumped today. I was so excited to do this, even though it's EA kicking it off. But I'm excited to do this live reaction. I'm so excited to just talk about video games this whole weekend, this whole week in general, because E3 is going to be going on for a while. I'm super pumped about the press conferences. I can't wait to see, of course, Sony's and Nintendo's. They're probably the two biggest ones I really want to see. But I think Square Enix could have a good one. Bethesda could have a really good one. Microsoft is the big question mark. Like, they could really bring it. Like, and I hope they do. I hope they don't throw in the towel. I know we joke around about Microsoft and EA on this podcast and channel, but I don't mean any harm by it. I don't mean anything. It's just they need to be better. They really need to treat fans better. They need to be better. And stop treating fans as just a money source of microtransactions. Microtransactions can be great if they're utilized properly, but if they're super invasive and break the game, like if you want to get Darth Vader and you have to pay $60, an extra $60 after the $60 you paid, I don't like that. Cut that shit out. Stop that. It's time to get it right. And I hope, can they really do that in here? I don't know. Let's see how the damage control goes. Again, the games look really pretty. I think Battlefield 5 will be a great looker. Anthem, I think, is their big one for sure. I hope BioWare, again, I hope they show some story. I hope they have a really great story, and it's not just a super pseudo Destiny clone, because it clearly is a Destiny clone. But do they learn from Destiny? Did Division 2 from Ubisoft, does that learn from Destiny? Like, that's like, Destiny's been this guinea pig for a lot of pseudo MMOs. Do they learn from that? Does Anthem learn from that? I asked Matt that question. I mean, it looks damn pretty. The mech suits are really cool. You can go underwater, you can fly around. But how open world really is it? They've been working on this for a while. We might not see too much of it here. We might see more of it on Microsoft's stage, because they actually announced it here, but they only showed the gameplay at Microsoft. I expect a new gameplay trailer here, though, but maybe not. Maybe Microsoft really... I expected Microsoft to throw a lot of dollars around to get some third parties on their show, especially if it's a 2-hour conference. I don't know how long this conference is going to be. We're getting to it. I'm going to unmute it really, really soon. Let's just have some fun. Definitely comment below. Tell me what you think about this E3 press conference. I will talk a little bit at the end. Just my initial thoughts, but usually I like to sit on it a little bit. But I'll give you my instant impressions, because I don't want to be a deer in the headlights and just fall in love with everything, kind of like how I always do with E3 in general. I'm just like, oh, they show all these cool trailers, and then we never see that game again or whatever. Like, that's kind of what E3 is. You know, it's just splash value. It's just supposed to get your hype up. We're starting right now. Here we go. E3 starts, baby. Here we go. EA Play. Oh, I forgot to talk about Live. Live was a lot better than it has previous years. But we'll see. I mean, I only paid $5 for it. You know, I didn't... You know, I'm still more of a 2K fan than anything, despite what I say about 2K. Despite, I mean, but... Oh, are they opening up with Anthem? Damn, okay, cool. Very much looks like a raid boss there.
Oh my gosh, how cool was that? So
Lukewarm, yeah.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But welcome everybody to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee, and while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready because we're about to kick the press conference off. But before we do that, EA Play is more than just the show you're about to watch. Right behind these doors, there is a fan fest outside, and it is huge this year. It's a full 3-day gaming festival where thousands of gamers can come and play games for free. Now, inside the theater here, there are hundreds of community members from all over the world who are going to be capturing, streaming, and getting their first impressions of the games that we're going to be showing off here today. But before we can get to that, we've got some reveals, of course. We're going to kick things off with a look at Battlefield 5 multiplayer. Now, I know Trevor Noah gave you the first look. Yeah, we can clap it up. Last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today. Then we're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, do they have some big news, you guys. Any World Cup fans? You guys excited? Ah, it's going to be awesome. Then we've got 2 new indie games to share, and then I'm going to come back towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course, yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, it wouldn't be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show. So without further ado, let's get things started.
Poor kid. Alright. So it's interesting that they talked about stuff already. Just show it. Stop fucking talking about it. Just show us the stuff. Not hating on Andrea. She's doing a great job. Just saying. Let's get us going. Sorry for my language. Excuse my language. We are not a kids show, but hey. I'm trying to be better at that.
Right, it's time to kick this thing off. It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting. There's been a lot of speculation and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works. And you want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive Battlefield yet.
It certainly is. You will be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies. Where previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages. And our renowned destruction system is back and more impactful than ever. So, well, you can't really hide from those pesky tanks anymore as they come chasing you for you, as they rip through those buildings. And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons, not only for the gameplay, but for the looks, as part of our
Game looks incredible. Battlefield 1,
That's just the tip
what I
of the
liked about it
iceberg
a
in
lot,
Battlefield 5.
it was World
You're gonna
War
see a
One.
lot
You know,
more of our new gameplay
they
system
really haven't
here
done that a lot in
at
video
EA
games.
from our community.
Well, it's interesting
So,
that they would
let's
just
talk
make
about
the
our
jump to
single
World War
player
II
in
after
War
Call of
Stories.
Duty
Yes,
did
let's do
that.
that.
You know, Call of Duty
So
came
we
out.
want to tell you about those untold stories that got us excited to start with on this game. It's about what you will see is really those moments of human heroism. It is about witnessing
Another
the
thing they
world
did
through
in
the
Battlefield
eyes
1,
of
I
the
know I'm
men and
talking
women
over
who
this, I
shaped the world
apologize.
forever.
But
Real and
it's,
relatable people facing
and I don't know
the
how loud I am,
brutality of war.
but
We started off by
maybe I'll turn it down just a
exclusive
little
look
bit.
at the Nordlys war story at the Xbox briefing tomorrow.
Thanks, that's something not to miss
Okay, so
tomorrow.
they're gonna show
our launch
more
in October
campaign
is
at
just the beginning.
Microsoft.
We'll
Okay.
all go
But
on
the
an
interesting
expanding
part about
journey
campaign
to
they
the
did
Second World
last
War.
year is that it was
No
a lot
loot
of
boxes,
small stories put
No
together.
premium pass. Every day will bring something new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royale.
Ah, so it's revealed.
It's
Battlefield
Royale reimagined for
5
Battlefield.
Battle
So we
Royale.
bring
It's
those
happening. I
killers of
told you,
Battlefield
God.
with destruction, team play, vehicles into this new experience.
It's happening.
So
I figured
we
it
bring
would.
an
It's
experience
just interesting
that
that
you
they didn't
haven't
talk.
played
Like,
before,
it's smart that
in
they.
Battlefield
That's a
or
big
anywhere
announcement.
else.
That's huge for them.
But more about that.
Despise,
later this
you
year.
know, the 2 people
So
clapping
with
in the
that,
audience. That's
it's
actually
time
really
to show
huge. A lot of
you
people
what
don't
makes
play.
Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes. Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
So, okay. So, I wonder if they could really fit 100 people in their Battle Royale. I think they have a good shot. Their games are technically really big. Sorry, JJ's texting me. Clearly a cinematic trailer. I want to see the actual... Let's show the Battle Royale gameplay, but alright. I know they said they were going to show campaign tomorrow at Microsoft, I think, right? So, show some other stuff. Like... Ooh, that sucks. Sucks for that guy.
Ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
Zeus!
Okay. Okay. Game engine footage. I hate when they say this because usually that's a lie.
Sempre sonhei em tornar-me campeão.
So FIFA, there we go. We're getting into FIFA.
É preciso determinação.
Shout out to your FIFA fans. I'm not a big soccer fan, but I do like playing the FIFA games. I never buy them. Like I always check them out and play Climb Bauer online.
Continuar a acreditar. Esta é a tua oportunidade de te mostrares ao mundo. Tu és campeão.
So FIFA's always usually I don't have any big criticism for FIFA. FIFA's usually really good. I mean, it's the most money they put into a sports game, and you can tell it's really well made, well crafted. It's the most popular sports game in the world, most popular sport in the world, despite what I think. But it really is. It's a really great sport. But Again, I'm more a football fan in Madden. Like I like American football. The World Cup. This is the interesting part. They used to do their own World Cup game. So are they just going to include it in FIFA 19? They kind of hinted, like Andrea hinted at that. I think they probably are. That probably makes sense.
That's the UEFA Champions League, the pinnacle of club football, where the world's best clubs compete, and icons of the game like Gerrard and Cruyff cemented their legacies. The world's biggest league joins the world's game. And a special thanks to the legendary Hans Zimmer and LA's own Vince Staples for collaborating with us on the trailer. And I really love the trailer because it captures our epic vision for how the Champions League comes to life in FIFA 19. And Lena's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
As Aaron said, the UEFA Champions League is an amazing addition for the game. It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash every year. And it's the place where champions rise. And you've been asking for this for a long time, and we are thrilled that it's here. And that's why we're bringing the Champions League across the game. There'll be an authentic Champions League tournament mode. Your club will chase this trophy in career mode. Alex Hunter will pursue Champions League glory in your story mode, The Journey, and in FIFA Ultimate
Wow, they
Team,
continue the journey with Alex Hunter.
authentic
That's pretty
Champions
cool.
League content. And we'll share more details on that, along with all our other Ultimate Team features.
I'm
later
sure there'll
this
be a
summer.
long shot too for Madden as
And
well.
all that's just the beginning. As you know, the heart and soul of FIFA is gameplay. And this year, we're giving you the tools to control the pitch in every moment, from your tactical approach to the match to each technical touch. And we know how passionate you are about gameplay, so we've worked hard to shape and refine our vision for FIFA 19 with input from our community. From hands-on tests with beginners to detailed feedback sessions with FIFA pros. And we're going to be sharing a lot more about gameplay throughout the summer, but what I can tell you right now is that the quality bar in gameplay was raised yet again this year. So we look forward to everybody experiencing the game on
So
the
nothing
hands-on
about the
sessions
World
this
Cup,
week.
or is that
And
it?
also, of
Is
course,
that
we're
the World?
extremely
Like I don't know.
excited
I don't know
for
football.
everybody to play it when we launch on September
AKA
28th.
soccer.
And that's our FIFA 19 news.
I can't believe I called it
headlined by
football.
The UEFA Champions League. But I just wanted to take a minute to pause and reflect. Standing next to this trophy is a little bit surreal. You know, growing up, there's two iconic trophies that every young player dreams of winning. And for your club, it's this one, the pursuit of Champions League glory. But for your country, it's this trophy.
Ah! As soon as I say something.
And with the tournament starting in just 5 days, we're excited for the world to compete for it in FIFA 18.
Ah!
As you can imagine, all of us on the FIFA team can't wait for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate with FIFA 18 players, which is why we've just updated the game with a free World Cup experience on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS, PC, and Nintendo Switch.
Awesome!
But you
Free
can take
update.
Ronaldo
Cool.
and Portugal to their first World Cup victory. Or you can write your own story with some great nations who didn't qualify this year. Or you can make a crazy dream a reality for your home country, like mine, Iceland. Who would have thought that a nation of only 350,000 people would ever qualify? And you can feel their excitement.
That's pretty cool. I like when they do crowd stuff.
Apologies to any England fans in the room, that might still sting. And Lena isn't the only one who's excited. FIFA 18 players are loving the World Cup experience so far.
Ugh.
But we don't want to stop there. We want to invite everyone to come and join the celebration. So I'm pleased to announce that for a limited time,
Interesting,
FIFA
interesting.
18 complete with the entire World Cup experience is available for a free trial on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and on PC through Origin Access. Yeah, you can download and play the entire game right now for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might try it out. I don't know. I already played it, but I would like to play the World Cup stuff.
So to kick off the trial, we've got some of the world's biggest creators who are going to be playing live at the end of the show, representing their nations in a little mini World Cup tournament.
And this summer will bring so much more for FIFA fans. Plenty of FIFA 18 content centered around the World Cup, and we'll bring you all the details on FIFA 19. But in the meantime,
FIFA's always
let's
interesting
all
too with their
enjoy
cover
the World
athlete.
Cup.
It's like the
Thank
same
you,
guy over and
and
over. Oh,
all
prediction,
right,
Madden 19 cover athlete, regular cover, Antonio Brown. Thank you, Captain.
It is the big day, on the biggest stage, at the World Cup.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool, interesting
Good
stuff.
morning. EA
I forgot to
Sports,
write that down. FIFA
19. You know, the FIFA community never
FIFA
rests.
18
20 million people from 60 countries playing in
Free.
competitive leagues this year.
trial.
Well, the FIFA team never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World Cup and so much other greatness to
World
FIFA this
Cup.
year. We can't wait for you to experience it all. We've got so much to do here today, but I
Team.
want to welcome you to EA Play. It's our third EA Play and our second one in Hollywood, and we couldn't be more excited to have you with us to share all the games that we have to show you. We've got lots to do, but before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription. As consumers, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music, reading books has
Business
never been
terms.
easier.
We don't like business terms,
And we
EA.
believe that disruption is going to be have a profound impact on our industry in the next few years. And so over the last couple of weeks, you will have seen that we announced a new team from Israel has joined Electronic Arts to help our investment to extend our thinking and extend our pioneering into this cloud gaming world.
Uh-oh.
For many people, that's going to mean extending the experiences they already play on our partner platforms. For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime. So this week, we've got a tech demo running. All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourself. Now, it's not quite
Cloud
ready for
streaming.
full market prime time yet, but it is a promise of what we hope to bring you in the future. The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up and experienced the joy of being able to have full access to a great catalog of games. Today,
EA Access
we're
is great.
announcing
That's phenomenal.
Origin
That's good.
Access Premiere. So 3 things you need to know about it. Origin Access Premiere will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade.
Okay, big.
Then FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem. And there'll be many more titles in the years to come. Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend. Thank you and have a great show.
Thanks, fella. I didn't like the business term subscription and, streaming, cloud streaming. I didn't want to hear any of that, but I understand they're a huge company. They got to make money. That's the thing about EA and kind of Microsoft's press conferences. They're like legit press conferences, where Sony and Nintendo has evolved their press conferences a lot. A lot of verbiage used. But it is pretty cool if you get that. Whatever the price is, you're gonna get Madden 19 and all the big games.
What's up? So I'm here
for
sitting
free.
inside the crowded EA Play And I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that meta on PC.
Look at the
right?
guy behind him.
Yeah.
The guy is like, you're a liar.
You guys
You're
have
a
seen
liar.
that Vince was tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass. But we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so. So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
Yes.
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place during the Dark Times. Trying to
So
be a
they're not
little
going to
vague
show
here,
it, it
but
looks like.
when the Jedis are being
I figured it'd be a little
so
too early.
It's going to be spectacular.
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like between which episodes is it?
Between 3 and 4.
Okay, all right, between 3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time. You got any other tidbits?
It's not a nice...
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Bad time. Does that mean it's gonna just be all dark and serious?
It's amazing.
All right, so
Oh God, I can see all the memes splatter all over this. Meme.
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
Holiday
sorry to
2019,
dash
I
any
figured.
hopes.
Yeah.
But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up, and hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh yeah.
Well, Vince, it was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by the show today. We do have a little bit more news on Star Wars, so I'm going to toss it over to Dennis.
Oh no. Oh no. The apology.
Hello there. My name is Dennis. I work at DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Boo!
I'm really happy and excited to be here today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. So we launched
I'm interested
our game
they're talking
in November
about
of
this.
last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right.
Oh,
So instead of
the
coming out of the
apology.
gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a
It
bunch
should have
of
never
new
been
character
like that to
cosmetics
begin
for
with,
players
guy.
to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And
Boo!
thank you. It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok Hunt.
Maybe I'll
So, as you
maybe
might
I'll
know,
reinstall
we're
and play. I
currently
never finished
in
it.
our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our
To
favorite modes,
Han
Extraction.
Solo DLC.
So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new Starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships. And looking ahead a little bit more, we will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts and attacking and taking out capital ships.
Chewie.
But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
It's only fitting that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront. So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous. And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan wasn't in the game? Okay, cool.
Finally making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. So, but we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance,
Sorry, I'm
Count
clicking the pen.
Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
Okay, alright, cool. New
The team
characters.
at home is extremely excited to be building all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future. Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together,
A very
we will
lackluster
make this
apology.
the
You seem
greatest
very
game that we can
sad
possibly build.
the whole
There would
time.
be no Battlefront without you. So thank you, may the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3. Thanks.
I don't know, man. A fake applause is killing me right now. Let's get some new stuff out. I want to see some new stuff. Oh, Unravel 2. We kind of expected this. This is good. I liked it. Again, I apologize for the clicking pen. I just trying to pass time. Yay, he's back! This guy was so nervous when he unveiled the first Unravel.
Hi.
It's back.
It's really good to see you.
Seems super nervous again. This guy is lovable.
We used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at
It looks
their
beautiful.
darkest, you find hope. And you form
you get a buddy.
a new bond. And your spark is rekindled.
Oh, cool.
And it leads you off on an adventure. So welcome to Unravel 2.
They look like Pikmin, right? They look like Pikmin right now.
It's a game about fresh starts and second chances.
Fresh start.
These two little souls who refuse to give up and who build something new and beautiful together.
Oh.
And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it
So
alone,
co-op?
or you can play it in co-op with a friend. But there's always two characters there, sharing one yarn and working together.
That's pretty cool. I
to
think
get
that's
through
a
this
smart
adventure.
innovation to that game.
This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but above all, it's a lot more playful.
It can't be both.
And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now. So I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage. So a producer at Coldwood.
What's up, Brett? Looks like they're
And
playing
we're
on
gonna try
Xbox
to show
One
you a
or
little bit of what I'm
PC.
talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
This is what I like. I want to see gameplay.
Prepared? There we are.
So they skipped ahead. Power of PC, folks.
So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game.
Okay, cool. I like it.
And we actually tried to include a bit more of those, because we figured that since it's a
Oh,
co-op
what
game,
the
we
hell?
wanted to
A bird
have
attacks
more,
him? That
like,
makes sense for Yarn. I like
thrill and
that.
danger and kind of wow moments, places that were like fun and exciting.
This game's really charming. This is what I like about this game. Never played the first one, but when it
And then
debuted,
when
I
you
really
get to the more
loved it.
puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters, because that's
Ooh.
how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out.
All right,
and
so one
utilizing
distracts,
this bond
okay.
between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across.
That's
So
pretty
guess
cool. I like
I'll
that.
jump in at this.
Yeah, come join me. So I'm gonna be the red one.
Okay,
You be the blue one.
I'll be blue. A little celebratory flip there.
I like this. This would be a fun game to play with
And the
JJ.
bird is back.
I don't know if he'd be into this. I like
Playing
platformers.
playing
though.
it safely now.
Oops.
I'll swing.
All right.
Nice. And I'll catch you.
There you go.
Ooh.
Okay, you go ahead. So here it goes.
Oh.
Okay, this is the scary part. Let's see if we can do it. Got it?
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Oh, Buster. Oh, sweet. Well done. Okay, I'll go up and distract the grass. You can.
I'll sneak up here.
I like the
You're
dynamic of this game. I mean, we've seen it.
There you go.
Before?
Keep him over to the left. Now I'll go.
A little bit in the sense of there's been a lot of games like Brothers and stuff with co-op. No, a way out,
Oh.
you know, co-op. But I like this. I like this platforming co-op.
Now we can breathe again.
Yeah. Finally.
Or can we?
The bird fell. Stupid bird. Oh crap.
So that's a quick little look at Unravel 2, and
I like that. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
yeah, I really hope you like it. And before I go, I just want to send some love to the team back home, because working on this game has been a completely amazing team effort in so many levels, and everybody has worked so hard. So there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here, and thank you to those, and thank you to everybody back home, and thank you. Love you.
The guy's he's so scared. Like, he's so nervous, and I like that. Okay, so Unravel 2 is their indie darling this year. I like that. I probably said I liked that like 100 times. I'm sorry. But please tell me what you guys think. Like, probably a lot of you are probably not watching this press conference, but please tell me what you think. Release date? No? Okay.
Thank you, Martin, and the brilliant team at Coldwood. The game is really strong. These guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion, and I can't personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids. But what's even more amazing is that
my
we will
kid.
make Unravel 2 available to everyone today. Yep.
You're a mean
heard that
dad,
right.
aren't you?
You'll be able to take
Whoa.
these two Yarnies on their next big adventure starting today. The game is finished. It's out.
Oh!
So thank you, Martin. And
Out
thank you to the team
today.
at
They
Kold.
did a Sony thing.
Back
You
in
can
2015,
download it now.
We started on this journey with the original Unravel to seek out the most creative,
Pretty
independent
cool.
developers and bring them into our EA Originals program. It's been our way of helping these creators bring their unique games to the world and to tell their stories. And last year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage representing his team at Hazelight and The Way Out. And I think we all kind of remember that. And you might even remember him from the Game Awards as well. I think I did. Anyhow, in March, that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio. So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title, from a little game studio in Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we have ever done. So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
Sea of Solitude.
Thank you, Patrick.
They get super.
still
I like
remember,
that.
During the pitch, how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like our whole
Like it's
team, including
tough
me, were
talking in
super
front of people.
excited.
It's not an easy
It
thing. Like a
actually
lot of people
feels
think
a little bit
expect
the
it,
same right now.
but the live reactions like this
I'm
is
pretty
the
excited,
charming
but
part of a
maybe
press
a
conference where
little too
this
excited.
team never expected to be here. Be proud. Be proud of your game. Show it off. Show us to the world.
A small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are
Berlin,
developing
very cool.
Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more.
I think this is
about
what
our game.
EA does really well is
When
their indie
humans
stuff.
get
They give a lot of
lonely,
indie developers
they turn
big
into
spotlight.
monsters.
Unravel got a sequel.
This
We just saw it out
is at
today.
the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS.
Sea of
What
Solitude.
makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how like the concept seems to just float out of me like right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people
That
can
passion. I
instantly
love the
connect
passion
with the
she
game,
is showing right now.
because
This
it's
game
not
really
a
means a
made-up
lot to her.
story, even
You can
though
tell
that
it
takes
really
place
does.
in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders
Wow,
can
Sea of Solitude,
families see
SOS.
those who
Wow.
struggle.
Bam,
We
that's
achieve all this
beautiful.
in playful
That's
ways
beautiful.
So that players
I didn't
who
put
wants
that
to simply
together. Wow.
enjoy a fantastic experience can do so, but player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all. Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness that her inner feeling,
Sea of
the
Solitude,
darkness,
loneliness.
the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness, turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some needs to become bigger, some would be better off a little smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt.
She is
in the
doing an
same
incredible
way you
job. Her
embrace your joy
composure's so
or your
focused
hope.
now.
This is what being human is all about.
It
And
is. That's an interesting.
what our game
People that
is
probably really
all
feel
about.
lonely, this game probably will make them feel a lot better. Or a lot angrier. One of the two. I don't know.
Is this real? This world that I live in is empty and cold. The loneliness cuts me and touches my soul. I'm no child of destiny and no fortune son. I've just chased you so long now.
I think I gotta give this game a shot. This looks really amazing.
A new day is here, but nothing is new. Alone in my room, I tremble for you.
Early 2019.
Yeah, I'm the one. But I'm not the only one. We are the one. We can shut you down and we
NBA
can
Live
crossover,
19.
gather, gang.
I guess they're saving Madden
And we're balling.
towards the end.
Be ready. Because we're coming at you with the squad. Say it how you want. Trust the process. Run as one. Call next.
Joel Embiid, the cover athlete. It looks like
As
it.
long as you hold your course.
Swish.
Just remember though, wherever you call home, whatever your fit, or however you ball, you're on my court. I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. And this is my squad.
What? September 7th. Same day as 2K. I think that's a bad move.
Seattle, Washington. The only goal of mine is really to win the Mountain Dog.
Kid's been going after that belt since 2016. At some point, he's going to need to get out of this quarterfinal and
Man,
It's a big night for young Kiv. He's been stuck at the quarterfinals.
And here he is now in his first championship game, looking to accomplish a goal.
3rd and 4, throws it low. T.Y. grabs it.
That was a phenomenal read, and Trini's got the lead.
40 to 19.
I hate losing way more than I love winning.
Oh, we have an incredible matchup. It's a rematch. Touchdown, Kev. He throws it high, and young Kev is going to be your champion.
Hey, you want to get smacked again on TV?
Madden 18 champion.
He's finally done it.
Juju Smith Schuster.
Okay, baby, how you doing?
I've been good. You still recovering from that butt whooping?
Wow, already starting. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Juju Smith-Schuster from the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you guys can see, king of touchdown celebrations. That's pretty fire. I like that a lot. As you guys know, this is Young Kiv, Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for Young Kiv, y'all. Give it up. Young Kiv, how has it been? You know, your success and your path, you know, to where you're at today.
It's I've always been a competitor. When I was in high school, I was playing baseball. I hurt my arm, so then I picked up Madden. And at first, I was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually, I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow. Okay. So the key to be the #1 player in Madden is to hurt your arm in baseball. That's number one. Number two, you said you had the decision to go to your graduation or go to a tournament. So, like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing money. That's awesome. Okay, now the past few years, how has it been for you? I know you had some ups and downs.
It's been tough. I've had a lot of devastating losses. I've been so close so many times. I made the final on TV and got blown out by all those losses. It made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and that's how I got this belt.
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of, bling on that belt for you. Well, today, EA Play, first look at the Madden 19 trailer. Super excited. It's going to be so fun. It's lit. I honestly wish I could
Juju. Oh my god. I expected that word to be said a whole bunch of times in this conference. It's lit.
Round 2.
Lit.
We're out. Have a good day.
Game engine footage. Totally do not believe this at all. This is totally a CGI trailer.
To the very top of the mountain. You battle through the pain.
T.O.
And failure. All just to get to this place.
T.J. Watt right there.
Told legends are born.
So are we going to see a long shot too? That was a big surprise last year.
So you can rise. And you rise so that you can truly see.
This is totally not in-game footage. This is all a lie.
But about all the moments that got you here. So, you were in their position.
Baker Mayfield.
Would you let the moment define you? Or will you define the moment?
I didn't like that trailer at all. That was too fake for me. There was nothing in it to show anything. Like, it's just a CGI trailer.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nathanius, professional shoutcaster, here alongside Redwood Studios General Manager Michael Martinez. How you doing today?
I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to do this presentation a little bit differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live, winner-take-all, head-to-head match.
Mobile game.
Michael, why don't you tell us the rules?
Sure thing. The objective is straightforward. Destroy the opponent's base to win. Unit control, super simple. Just tap the destination, unit automatically moves there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base.
Interesting
is
to do
with
in
this
mobile.
giant
I know a lot of people will
nuclear
probably
missile
laugh
in
at
the
this, but they make a
Control
lot
the
of
missile
money.
by standing
EA
on a
makes a
majority
lot
of
of
the
money
control
on
points.
mobile, especially
A
Madden
bar
Mobile.
fills up
A
while
lot
the
of
missile is
YouTubers
possessed. Whoever controls
make
the missile
videos
when the bar
about
fills
Madden
up,
Mobile,
fires
so
the
they're
missile.
making a lot of
Takes
money
2
off
missiles
of
to destroy
Madden
the enemy's
Mobile.
base and win.
So they
That's
probably,
it.
their mobile division
Sounds
probably
great,
makes a
Michael.
lot of
Well,
money.
Enough talking about it. Let's get to this match.
Absolutely.
Kind of a thing I
All
don't
right, ladies
want
and
to
gentlemen,
see in
we
a
have an
press
awesome
conference, though, to
matchup
be
lined up
honest.
for you here today. Fighting for the blue side of the room. If you could please give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make some noise for In Control.
Yes.
Like, everyone's super bored right now. Like, there was
His
no
opponent
claps. There was one
fighting for
woo.
the red side of the room. A competitive mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night. Now, Mike, it's going to be a real clash of these gaming styles and the competitive backgrounds that these players have. It should be a great match.
It really is.
They're
Are
not, this
the
is
players
terrible.
ready? Let's get this thing going.
Ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
All right, let's kick
Not
this
saying the
off.
game is, because the game
Nice
probably is
strategy
pretty good.
game.
It's just
You
this
out there.
segment
Good genre.
is
Very
dragging the
excited for
conference
this.
down.
The players are loading in, and we are ready to
the
kick
match. Here we go.
this off. As the players' bases have been deployed in the.
Because I actually
begins
really
with the
love
strategy
RTS.
game.
RTS
This
games
time
are
will be the
awesome.
focus. We have a harvester to start things off. Nothing too crazy yet.
Nothing too crazy.
Now the infantry is going to come out to hold that top point. Both players, of course, trying to take that position. Nick and Knight being able to reach it a little bit first. In a
What's this game called?
Position that In Control is going from the top side. Also very important as Nick and Knight's forces have to circle around the center.
Right, let's see if he's able to create a 2-on-1. Is he able to get there? Looks like he's getting there. Here comes GDI with a Rhino. It's going to rip up those infantry.
Yeah, going for the anti-infantry, and like any strategy game, the units that you're going to use when you deploy them will have a huge impact. Your micromanagement.
I don't know what to say. I don't want to hate on anything because I love video games and I really love, but this is just.
That Rhino as attack bikes move towards the northwest position. We can see that the missile is beginning to ready. And firing that,
I kind of just want to see the next thing.
On the map is to hold those control zones.
Right, and then control God. To that far right side of the match.
He's done a great job of holding that down with the turret.
And I'm sure there'll be one guy in the comment section like, "This game's the shit. Screw you." I'm sorry, you know, I didn't mean to upset anybody.
Bigger, more powerful units come out. We have there the drill pod coming in the left side to help play those.
I really want to see Anthem. I want to see some other stuff. I'm really shocked and super disappointed on the Madden trailer, CGI trailer. That was totally not in-game footage, or game engine footage they call it. Big time lie. That was totally a fake CGI trailer.
Let's see if.
I wanted to see some gameplay of Madden. I want to see if they're going to fix some stuff. And I don't know.
Very important, of course, blocking the pathing of those units is another big factor for this strategy.
I don't know if EA will ever learn. The one thing they do really well though is their EA originals. I really like that a lot. I think that's really amazing.
Bringing out the Pipple as well to help lock down that north position.
This missile is very, very close to firing. Let's see what's going to happen.
With another turret, in control flanks, he takes the top, that missile
and then
fires.
Wow.
And Nick at Night, one shot away from being knocked out here. As the next one will start to ready up in just a moment's time. In control is very heavy artillery forces doing a great job at taking control of the map.
Yep.
And we can see as more of Nick and Knight's forces move up towards that north position, those harvesters, of course, very crucial, very important to protect those as your economy allows you to get these.
This game actually probably is super fun, but I think this is one of those. Again, I think this is a. This is something you do.
Nick at Night is trying to get
on a live stream, not like on a press conference. Like you just like after this press conference is over, oh, you show this game, you demo it, you play it. You don't do this in the press conference, at least in my opinion. I think it's just dragging down.
Meanwhile, two more tanks coming out from Nick at Night to try and secure those positions. He brings up the laser infantry on the south side as well to deal with that tank. Going for counters, trying to scout out and see what your opponent is doing and make the proper response is so important in strategy.
Absolutely. Nick at Night cruising around, thinking about harassing those harvesters, coming around the far side for those rhinos. Looks like he's really pressing it.
And we see that missile is starting to get close to firing with 3 zones in control for Nick at Night. Looking to set things back the other way. In control, trying to rally his forces around. He doesn't want to engage with just 1 or 2 units. He wants to move all of them together, create a good flank position, and take over that south.
And we're seeing the first mech units from In Control. This is the Wolverine. Gonna rip that missile. Watch out for this missile.
And Nick and Knight's gonna fire that one off and settle for next missile is gonna end it.
Next missile wins. Let's see what happens.
I almost feel like this is rigged. Like we did this on purpose. Like. I really apologize if this segment's really boring you. Like, if I'm not talking or anything, it's just, I don't know what to say. I can't skip it, so this is their live press conference.
Missile just past halfway ready. He's also bringing out his first air unit.
Wow.
Deal with those.
A lot going on here.
He's got a lot of range, that big boy, and In Control just needs to hold.
This missile is nearly going to fire.
It can be stolen at any.
Where is it going to go? Is he going to be able to get it off?
Got it back.
There it is.
Game blouses.
That was legit. That was epic. Amazing. What a match.
Oh God, it's finally over.
That was awesome. Any thoughts, guys?
I just came to make mammoth tanks, so I've done my job.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was awesome. We saw a little bit of everything right there.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's hear it for Nathanius, Nick at Night, and In Control. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was the worldwide reveal of Command & Conquer Rivals.
Oh!
Rivals reimagined.
That's big. That's big. Command & Conquer back, but
giving
I don't
players
know.
complete, continuous control of their armies in quick, competitive head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy.
I did write a lot of
Rivals will be
stuff
coming to
down,
iOS
so
and
yeah.
Android devices. But I'm excited to
There'll be
announce
some
that
stuff I
Android
can talk
players
about
play
at
the pre-alpha today. So head to the Google Play Store, search Command & Conquer Rivals. The studio has been having an absolute blast playing this game, and we can't wait for you to play. Please let us know what you think. Thank you.
Ooh. This is the Command and Conquer trailer, right? Okay, I got... Hype levels went back down. I think they're gonna close out an Anthem. It makes sense. Anguish. I do love Command and Conquer. I'd rather just see it back on PC, but I don't. It's not bad to have it on. It's smart to have it in mobile. Very smart. Again, they'll probably make a lot of money off this.
Command and Conquer for a new generation. Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things. I am blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet.
Interesting, man. They didn't touch on Madden at all, man.
And what I can say about all of those teams, and what I can say about us, is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better. And so, as you look at the 10 experiences that you're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice. Is that you as players get to choose how you play, what you play, when you play, and what devices you play on. That in making those choices, you feel you are treated fairly. That no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play. That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment.
I don't think a lot of people believe that way about EA games.
And that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so,
wow, a lot of big words there. It's just too big wiggy right there. Just too, you know, I'm corporate guy, I'm the president.
And we want to make great games. And that as much as we love making games, and as much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound. Last weekend was the 3rd year of our Play to Give program, where we show the world how the power of play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality are not something we strive for, they are the standards. And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday thread. These 3 organizations...
He's clearly reading off a monitor, you can keep looking.
PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization. All are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give. And thank you for your support. Thousands of us at EA and millions of you together doing immeasurable good because we love games. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at Anthem.
Here we go, finally. This is what I want to see.
The gods vanished.
They keep using that word, game. It clearly is CGI trailer.
Creating. Altering. Destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming. These walls can't protect us forever.
Tell us the story here. I like the creature designs though, they look really cool. I don't know, I was so blown away at Microsoft's conference when they ended with Anthem. It looked so good. I wasn't blown away by their conference overall, but the ending of Anthem, the game looked great. But I don't know. Clear to see a new mech suit there. Cool. Raid boss. Release date?
How cool was that trailer? You guys have seen it a couple times, and it's still cool every time I see it. So I know all of you, like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're gonna do something a little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're gonna take a deep dive into Anthem. So I'm gonna bring out some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark Dara, and Kathleen Routsard.
Ooh. Ooh. I just want to see gameplay.
All right, thanks guys. Thanks for coming out today. Just got a little game to show, right? It's gonna be very exciting. So, Casey,
I'm
we're gonna
sorry.
Just jump right in.
Thanks
with
for
part of
coming
the
out
show. So now,
today.
we know that you all started, or Casey, you started your career at BioWare way back in the day, but you took a couple years off. But before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Yeah, that's right.
So they did bring him back. He did leave and he did come back. Okay.
Games for BioWare fans.
I feel a little bit better that he's back.
So
I mean, there's
super satisfying
potential
to
for a story.
Come back to it. And,
I know I'm
you
talking
just
over
wanna be
this.
able
I
to
apologize.
continue the legacy of the studio, and that's kind of where it started with Anthem. Is just thinking about, what is the evolution of a BioWare game, and we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover. A whole new world of story and
Please
character.
be good.
But we also wanted to do something that was, more of a dynamic and living world, a game that would change every time you came back and played it. We also wanted to do something where, if you wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well. So that was really the initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with stories sort of bolted on this side, but something new and different, and I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Your fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we've tried to do with Anthem. It's what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world,
Deep dive.
the world's really dangerous and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, that's unique for Anthem, is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather or it's nighttime, what we're
it doesn't mean it
experiencing,
can't be
we're
perfected,
experiencing
but
together.
that
Everyone's
shared
playing
world,
Anthem
it's
at a moment is seeing the same thing.
It's going
And
to be
this is what we
interesting.
mean when
I
we
just
talk
want to
about
see
our world.
how they can do it.
It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single player experience. I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my action. And this is where your story really lives and breathes. And by doing it this way, we're able to combine that impact and agency of a single player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years to come. So one of the first things that we hear from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds when they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age. Players want more story. And so we've designed Anthem in a way that we can actually add more story for years to come. And it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or an event in the world that deepens the lore.
Events,
or
keyword,
an
you know, that's very
entirely new
Destiny.
storyline and plot.
Well, I'm certainly not going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So, Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover. So at the heart of the premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods. But the gods left behind their massive tools, and those tools are in constant conflict with this unknowable force called the Anthem of Creation. And the chaos of those things.
This part I
pushing
like,
against
where you
each
can kind of
other,
fly around. I think that's
means that
really
the world
cool.
is
That's really
constantly
interesting.
being reshaped in new and unpredictable ways.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property, or IP, as we've been saying. Now, you know, we've
Again,
seen
I'm gonna say it again. I think this is BioWare's last shot. They don't get this right. I think EA is gonna
creating a game like from scratch.
can them.
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. You know, and then really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start. And then once we think about those things, you know, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games, is that you actually get to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that, then we still need to build all the rest of the stuff, and what unlocks us creatively is to think about like principles around art style, tone, and even the technology and the politics of our new world. And then from there we can actually go and build out every last detail.
Yeah, and one of the unique challenges for Anthem is that it's a world, an experience that's meant to feel alive, like it's happening right now. And so the world is always changing, whether the storms, seasons, and yeah, it's a really great
We
concept
mentioned
to write
seasons.
for,
I don't know if I like
what
that.
it means is it gives us
I
the
don't know if
opportunity
it's seasons
to
like
drop
weather
into
or
the
like, hey,
world,
DLC
almost
season.
in real time,
Probably
a
weather.
dramatic event that changes the world for everyone, and that could be anything from gameplay to lore.
I mean, all of the moving parts
Trying
of the
to
dynamic
key
world
in on some
sound
keywords
really cool,
here.
the way that they sound like they're going to come together. But even though there's obviously a lot going on, it really all comes back to your character. So let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these crazy beasts.
So you are a freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exosuits. And you need those suits to survive and fight in this world,
Freelancer.
because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, have they've discovered a way, they think, to weaponize the Anthem of Creation. And so we need to stop them and protect the free people of Tarsus.
Now, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4, and they each have unique abilities. There's
Okay.
the Ranger, and then there's the Colossus, the Interceptor, and finally, the Storm.
Yeah, so each javelin gives you a different way to play the game. But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage with, or the javelins that your friends are using. So really what this allows us to do is we've built the suits.
I like
to
that.
look like
So
they're
you're not
built
locked
from the
into a
world.
class. You can
So
pick
they
any
each
class
have
at
their
any
own
time you
unique
want.
abilities. So let's
Storm
take a look
totally
at,
looks like the
the
Warlock
Ranger.
from Destiny.
The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things. Really designed for up close.
See,
and
this stuff
personal
I like. I
combat,
wish there was just
one-on-one
more
for
of
the most
this
part.
and less talking.
The Colossus is heavier, more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
I'm just gonna say the storm looks like it's gonna be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are picking your faves right now too. So the javelins look awesome, but we're gonna take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen, asking for people out there to send us your questions. And the first one is gonna be from @It'sSweetNicole, who asks, as a player who is all about making their character their own, what kind of customization options will be available in Anthem?
Yeah, so we really want players to express themselves, both through customizing the way their javelin plays through gear and weapons, but also being able to personalize the way that it looks, both through paint jobs as well as changing the actual geometry of the suit itself.
I like that. That's cool.
To be able to do this as well, and because you're going to be using a javelin
that's
for
very
a long
BioWare.
period of time, we really want you to be able to make it your own.
I'm glad you brought that up because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization. Monetization. How, when, loot box, cosmetics?
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power.
Good.
So that means no ability to spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem. But
No
even
loot
more important than
boxes,
that, we want to
okay,
make sure
good.
that Anthem is an immersive experience that feels like it's complete from the get-go. So that means a main story, a big open world, and an ongoing service that provides new content for a long period of time. New story, new experiences for everyone.
Well, I'm glad to hear
Those
that.
are great keywords I like to hear
That's really all I wanted
from
to know,
BioWare,
to be
but
honest.
BioWare is
Okay,
awesome
We
usually.
talked earlier about
This seems
being
definitely
a
like the
co-op
A team. You
experience.
see a
Can you tell me
difference
little
with
bit
Mass
about how
Effect
the
and
team
Drama
gameplay
to
game
this.
is
You
gonna
can
work?
tell
Yeah, it
a
really
lot
is
of effort and a lot of
about,
love
the
went
fun
into
of
this. Where
teaming
Mass
up
Effect and Drama was
as a team
very,
of superheroes
very
and
much a
working
new
together.
team.
So you want to get a few people together of different classes. So I think here we're going to see the Colossus, just hammering people on the ground in gameplay. If we can have a look at that. So heavy artillery, being really strong, in melee combat. And then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above. And then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run around, you're swimming and flying as well.
So it's interesting because the Slate Tones wants to know, how will you balance multiplayer with single-player storytelling?
So Anthem's really built around trying to combine the impact of having your
Looks
own
like it
personal
has some big story in it.
with the
It's going to
fun
be
of other
interesting.
players.
I
But
think
we really want to make sure
if anyone
that,
can do it,
that
it
playing
probably
with
is
people feels like
BioWare,
a
but
choice.
we'll
So
see,
for
man.
people
I
that
know
want
they
to
just
experience the story. You're going to be able to.
they're in a tough
Now,
spot
going
right
into an
now.
open world like this by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun, even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, I know you all are on the edges of your seats. How about we show a little gameplay?
Please.
Yeah? You guys want that?
Yeah,
All right,
please stop
so,
talking.
Kathleen, I think you're going to set this up for us?
I will. So, you and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put together an acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them out. So you start in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today. We're going to go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
Here you go. Please.
Freelancer, time to get to work.
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
Like, this part's so cool. Like, you can just kind of fly around anywhere you want. I kind of really like that. That's what a lot of people wanted from Destiny. That's, what you're learning from Destiny right there.
Loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
They definitely speeded some things up for sure.
Some more.
And they should.
Look at all the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move quickly.
This part's really cool too, the traversing underwater. This has a huge potential to succeed. I don't know, I'm still I think the pseudo MMOs maybe, I don't know, I don't know if it's a thing anymore. But this might make it a thing again.
Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you? See those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Loads of scars nearby. Be careful.
I know this won't happen, but it'd be cool if they had a beta like right now and they dropped it, but they're not going to. Cool.
It's got silence. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position.
Uh-oh.
On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
That's pretty cool. Giant bug monster. I don't know if they sell people on that yet.
I'm so hyped, you guys.
Yep, and that was actually just a short version of the full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you want to come by the Anthem Theater here at EA Play, you can check out the game live.
So I'm sure the question on everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd, 2019 on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your tweets. Thank you so much again to Casey and the entire BioWare team. I know you guys
so it's
have
done.
that awesome theater outside.
Mostly.
So I will see you guys there.
All right.
Give it up for Casey Hudson, everybody. I also want to give a big thank you to all of the developers who showcased their games today and everybody working hard at their studios back home around the world. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, some of what you saw today, you guys have to wait to play. But you guys, EA has so much available right now. Now, for those of you keeping score, you can get your free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today. And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access. Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today. Plus, you can take on your friends in Command & Conquer Rivals starting today as well. Now, that's a lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No? You're like, I just want to go outside into the fan fest. I get it. So, I want to let you guys know to keep your streams going.
Lack of
because in
gameplay.
just a few moments, the FIFA 18 World Cup live tournament is going to begin. I'm going to head outside and check out the games, but I want to thank everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
Alright, it's all me again. I'm muting it. There's a lot to cover. Again, it's a typical EA press conference, but this one just felt like it had a lack of pop, you know, just a lack of gameplay and pop. Like, my final thoughts on it is just lack of gameplay, lack of pop. There was nothing, like, super, like, exciting that kind of just blown everybody away. I liked the more of the deep dive of Anthem, but I think a lot of it was just too slow. Like, let's go over some quick. Battlefield 5 will have a battle royale. I think that's really big. I think that's awesome. FIFA 18 free trial with the World Cup free DLC right away. FIFA 19, I don't know if they're going to have the World Cup in it, but FIFA 19 was announced. Cloud streaming or Origin Premier Pass. Madden 19 is finally coming to PC. I think that's a really big announcement. A lot of people missed that. I think Madden 08 was the last Madden PC game. Respawn's working on a new Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. It's between episode 3 and 4, holiday 2019. Really interesting. They basically apologized for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Sort of. It's going to have Han Solo DLC, new squad system, Starfighter mode. Unravel 2 is out today. That was really cool. That was probably one of my biggest highlights. Sea of Solitude is probably another big highlight. You know, it's about loneliness, early 2019. NBA Live and Madden 19, they were just announced and just not really a gameplay trailer. Command & Conquer Mobile, I feel like that was a cool announcement, but it really bogged down the show. It really sucked out the life of the show. The Anthem D-Style stuff, very Destiny. You know, it has its own story. It's a shared universe. Events more like, are the events more like DLC, or are they just gonna keep updating? Probably. Seasons, weather. You're a freelancer. You are not locked into any of the classes. The 4 classes are Ranger, Colossus, Storm, and Interceptor. You can customize the suit how you want it. No loot boxes. February 22nd release date. My overall, if I had to go from 1 to 10, this is basically a 6. I'm going to give it a 6. Conference overall. 6 overall. If I go to an A rating scale, you know, A to F, this would be a C. There's a lack of charm, a lack of pop. It was too slow. Not the way I wanted to start my E3. I feel like EA's, as much as, you know, it's made fun of EA's press conference last year, I feel like that last year's press conference was much better than this year's. Stay tuned on the channel, though. I'm really stoked and excited to see what Microsoft is bringing, because it's the most unknown. We don't know what's going on with Microsoft at all. Besides, you know, Crackdown 3 getting delayed, you know, that's a big, you know, bummer. There's supposed to be 3 Gears games. So stay tuned on the channel. I'm going to cover all that. I'm going to get this upload for you guys ASAP. Please comment. Please talk. Comment down below what you thought. Did you even bother to watch this press conference? I feel like it was just really lackluster. It lacked the pop. It lacked the, you know, it lacked gameplay. Most importantly, even on the biggest franchises, there was really no Battlefield gameplay. There was really no, you know, Madden gameplay. Maybe those are safe for Microsoft. There was really no NBA Live gameplay, which I didn't really care about that. But Anthem, they showed a lot more of, so I wonder if the Anthem's going to be on Microsoft stage tomorrow. Maybe not, because they showed a lot from here. A quick, faster-paced gameplay of it. But thank you guys so much. Thanks for all the love and support. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow my Twitch down below for the live streams. You will be notified when you do that. But hey, Nothing else I could really say. It was just very lackluster conference. I'm hoping for bigger things tomorrow with Bethesda and Microsoft. But thank you guys so much. Your fellow Straussman, the GG. He's outie.